Hello, very good evening to everyone. My name is Radhika Bhama and I welcome you to Accrets Webinar on Make Data-Driven Decisions Using Time Series Predictions. In the next 1 hour, we will delve into the exciting world of on-premise GPU and their potential to revolutionize your approach to data analysis. Before we get started, a few quick housekeeping items. We'll be recording this session, so if you miss anything or you want to revisit anything, we will be sending you a link for the recording afterwards. Additionally, we encourage you to participate by asking questions throughout the webinar using a Q&A feature at the bottom of your screen. We'll be addressed as many as questions of yours possible during our Q&A segment at the end of the session. Before we dive into presentation, let's make sure that you are eligible for the exciting lucky draw at the end. To enter, simply fill out the short registration form that just have popped in your chat window. That's right. The link to the registration form is in the chat now. By registering, you'll not only be entered to chance a win to $20 each for 5 lucky winners by the end of this webinar, but you'll also secure your spot for exclusive downloadable resources on comparing LLM versus deep learning models or the time series predictions. So please don't wait and fill out the form in the chat as it's only for the participants. Now, let's begin with the webinar with our experts who will be guiding us to the exciting world of on-premise GPUs. So first, we have our speaker, Tengyo Lim. Tengyo, with your extensive experience and crafting solutions for complex business challenges, we are eager to learn from your perspective on how on-premise GPU can empower the business. Please take the floor.
Thank you, Radhika. Thank you, Radhika. And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the presentation. Let me try to share my screen first, yeah? Can you guys see my screen? Can you guys see my screen? Hello, hello. Radhika, can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay, great. Okay, because I'm not sure whether... Okay, so now I've extended it, yeah? Still can see, right, Joshua?
Yes, we can.
Okay, good. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks again to come to this webinar. Okay, I will start off first with a talk on multi-cloud GPU cluster and managed services. Okay, so Accrets International is basically a solution provider. Yeah, we started off very much in the infrastructure space. For all my customers who are here with me today, they know we started from infrastructure and managed services, but we are now also working towards providing solutions in the software space. Yeah, we have developed our own document management system based on large language model, which later, my colleague August will share about large language model. Okay, so if any question regarding software stack or infrastructure, you can reach out to us and we probably can help you think through some solution as well. Okay, the next slide. Okay, so the next slide is the agenda. Okay, I will first touch on the current and future trend. Yeah, And then I'll go on to why multi-cloud, GPU cluster, what hybrid cloud strategy we are looking at, and some of the statistics. What is the case for hybrid cloud, and what is the strategy? Okay, so let's move on to the first topic. Okay, current and future trends. Okay, I have some write-up in the slides here that you can see what is the current and the future trend. I think sad to say, a lot of the bigger corporations in Singapore are still not yet embracing modern technology. Yeah, I think the public cloud is here for about 10, 15 years, you know, but still not many people are adopting the public cloud. Maybe they are maybe skeptical, or maybe cost, or what, security or whatever. But I'm seeing that currently, yes, maybe slightly more, yeah. But I think most of the people are using public cloud for the wrong reason also, because they are putting things like their internal system like SAP on the public cloud. Yeah, that's not advisable. Yeah, and it's also pretty costly as well, because public cloud is best for public facing applications. Yeah, and not really good for internal applications. Okay, the current trend, people are putting almost everything in the public cloud. Okay, and still a lot of organization, you know, the traditional software and for the backroom operations are still using, you know, 3-tier architecture, putting their own servers and things like that, and that represents about 80% of their IT spend. Okay, a reason for that is a lack of talent every level of the organization. Yeah, because if you are looking for, if your organization has a CEO who has been in IT for the last 40 years and never upgrade himself, you'll probably not know what is going on. Yeah, so I see a lot of big corporations struggling with it. Yeah, and even at the level below, a lot of them are still using .NET for programming, using Java for programming. You know, they're not using modern cloud containers and so on. So it's a big problem. Okay. Of course, the other big issue is that they lack the monetary resources to do a big bang change. Yeah, and because of all this current problem, a lot of new corporations have sprang up, and I think especially banks, for example, a lot of digital banks are actually, you know, coming in and taking over their business because they are able to move fast, you know, come up with new application, new system that can actually reduce the cost. Not only reduce the cost, they're also using AI to track the borrowing patterns of all these people. Yeah, and because of that, they are able to so-called detect people who are potentially going to default on their loan. Okay, so in terms of AI, I think that's a good way to use AI. Okay, of course, future, I presume hopefully more people will adopt the public cloud for only public facing application. Yeah, and then the bigger backroom operations try to go for private cloud because it's more secure, it's cheaper, and the cost is predictable. Public cloud cost is not predictable. The other problem with a public cloud is also that they only have specific operating system that you can use. You cannot use you know, a variation, like for example, Linux, maybe 3.4.5, whatever, you can't. Yeah, migration is also a big problem. I have a company who say, you know, I want to migrate 200 application, traditional application to the public cloud. I told him he can forget it because that will never happen. Because for public cloud, you need to first install your OS, install your application, migrate your data, and so on and so forth. Okay, set up your backup, set up your monitoring, and I don't think that's doable. Okay, for us, we are doing private cloud. We are able to help some small companies migrate over a weekend. Yeah, from their on-premises to our private cloud. So I think that is also another advantage of going into public cloud. Yeah. For the future, hopefully, most company CEO, CIO can see that, you know, they definitely need to embrace new technology. If they still go with the idea of nothing broken, nothing to change, then I think those companies going to fail. Yeah, eventually it will fail. Yeah. So hopefully they can recruit more forward thinkers, right? People like your guys, you know, who are willing to learn new things. I think this is a good opportunity for you all to show your capability. Okay. Definitely modernizing application. You can't modernize everything. You got to pick out your critical applications, have at least a 10-year strategy to try to modernize it. Yeah, you can't do it in 1 year. It is too difficult, almost impossible. Okay, let me, you know, having given you a brief of what is the current and future trends that I see it, you know, I will go into the strategy that we have for multi-cloud. Yeah. Why multi-cloud GPU cluster and hybrid strategy? Okay, frankly speaking, I think, you know, ChatGPT came out last year, probably Q2, and really create a big buzz. Okay, and everybody look at it and say, wow, this is fantastic. Yeah, it is fantastic. It's definitely fantastic, and it has driven a lot of companies towards adopting AI, especially LLM. My company, you know, we have developed applications for document management system. We took 2 years using traditional AI to develop, you know, application to extract financial data. Okay, and in single language, English. Yeah. And when ChatGPT came out, I talked to my researcher to go and look into it, you know, can we use that? And yeah, my researcher took 6 months and they came out with 3 languages, Vietnamese, English, and Mandarin. Okay, and now we are looking at French, Japanese, and Korean as well. So the development time using LLM is really fast, yeah, and you can do almost anything about it. But I mean, I'll leave LLM discussion later to August. Yeah, he's the expert, yeah, on LLM, and today I think he will talk about time series stuff. Okay, so why multi-cloud? Obviously, even in the public cloud sector, there's a lot of different offerings. Yeah, there's a lot of different offerings. You have IaaS, PaaS, SaaS, and, you know, some with very sophisticated AI services as well, right? And some even with IoT. So you have to take a look at what kind of service offering you need. Yeah. But if you don't need all those bell and whistles, especially for all your in-house application, then maybe a private cloud private IaaS or PaaS may do better. Okay, recently we actually won some deal to, okay, I can't mention who is the company, won some deal to help a big government corporation set up a on-premises PaaS system, because the system that they are going to purchase are all developed using Docker, Kubernetes, and things like that, right? So they need a modern private cloud for them to run their application. So we just built one for them, yeah. Especially government sector, university, or company who feel that they have a lot of proprietary information and they cannot let those proprietary information get into the hands of their competitor. They are all opting to move into the private cloud. Okay, I won't go through everything on the slide. I mean, later on, we will send out the slide deck, yeah, and you all can take a look at you know, the comparison and why we look at a hybrid strategy. Well, frankly speaking, if you are a big operation now, a lot of people are using Microsoft Office 365, right? It's no point setting up all your own email server. It's much too costly, yeah. Microsoft 365 will give you a better cost. Okay, so there are some application, yes, going to the public cloud is good, but most of the backroom application, you should look at whether it makes more sense to look at a private cloud instead, yeah. Okay, let's move on to the next one. We're going to show some statistics, yeah, on some statistics, and you can see that almost 89% of organizations have a multi-cloud strategy, either in place or underway, and 80% of large corporations have adopted a hybrid cloud infrastructure. Okay, on average, organizations are using 2.6 public and 2.7 private cloud. Okay, so I would say that 89% of companies are doing a multi-cloud strategy, but it doesn't mean 89% of them are in the public cloud. Okay, 89% of these people, maybe 10% of the application is on public cloud, but 80% is still traditional in their back office and things like that. Yeah, and those are the things they should be rationalizing and thinking about how to move forward, right? Whether they're going to rebuild the application using modern technology, or they are going to just do a P2V kind of conversion and just use you know, a private cloud to host it in the dumping. Okay. As you can see here, only about 2% single private cloud. Yeah. Most of it, 80%, you can see is a hybrid cloud. Yeah. 7% multiple public, 2% multiple private. Okay. Yeah, but maybe this is more. Yeah, these statistics, I get it from 2-3 years ago, so probably this has changed a little bit. Okay, case for hybrid cloud. Okay, I have a diagram here that shows the public cloud, the private cloud, the hybrid cloud, and you know, what kind of services are available. Infrastructure as a service is a basic one that most people are going for. Platform as a service, if you are developing modern apps, you're using things like Kubernetes, you're using things like maybe Docker, Node.js, MongoDB, and Kafka, you know, Hadoop, for example. You probably be looking at PaaS solution. Yeah, SaaS is straightforward. Microsoft Office 365 and things like Xero, things like QuickBook, you know, they are so-called SaaS services. Okay. Right, so you see that public cloud is shared resources amongst a community of users. Okay, private cloud is more controlled. It's usually cloud for a single user, and security is actually very much more controlled. Yeah. And some people do public and private cloud because, for example, if you're running ERP like SAP, for example, you may run your ERP on the private cloud, but you want to have a disaster recovery on the public cloud. So you may use a hybrid cloud strategy. Okay, let's move on. Use case driving hybrid cloud deployment. I won't go through every one of them. You can read them later when you get the slides. Yeah, one of them that I mentioned was this offsite location for backup disaster recovery. Yeah, and a lot of people initially use the public cloud to try some modern apps development. Okay, so that is some of the use cases for public cloud. Oh, okay, and you can read it later on. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff to read over here. Okay, just a simple pro and cons of public cloud. Public cloud, highly scalable, massive pool resources for community share users. Cheaper than you build your own private cloud. Okay, disaster recovery across continent is possible with big public cloud provider. Pretty reliable and flexible. I won't say they are totally fail safe, you know. There are a lot of cases that some of the data center go down for a short while. I think if you're using, you have used the public cloud, you may have sensed it once in a while. Okay, the cons is very expensive, especially on bandwidth. Yeah, they charge not a fixed rate. Okay, they charge variable rate for bandwidth, and almost you cannot argue too much with them. So I have clients who have a $500 instance, but end of the day they pay 5,500 because of the bandwidth. Yeah, okay, definitely less secure than a private cloud, and no customization possible. Okay, is what you see is what you get. Yeah. Pro and cons of private cloud: exclusivity, you know, can be single tenanted. Okay, you can have better control over your security and policy, right? Flexibility on connection. You can use traditional MPLS, lease circuit, whatever, yeah, to connect up to the private cloud. Cloud migration, as I mentioned, is pretty easy. Yeah, it's very, very, very easy. You want to migrate 200 applications, possibly you can do it in 6 months. For public cloud, you probably cannot do it forever. Yeah. The con, of course, hardware investment could be expensive. Okay, highly skilled professional needed to build and maintain. Will not have all the bells and whistles of public cloud. For example, you know, if you want to have Hadoop, you have to build in Hadoop. You want to have Kubernetes, Dockers, you got to build it in. But definitely you can build a lot more things, yeah, that most of the public cloud don't have, because the open source project, they have almost 500 over projects. So you can in a way implement any of the 500. The public cloud is probably, you know, 50 projects max that they put it on their cloud. Yeah. Okay, so the strategy that we try to employ to help people decide private public cloud or a combination. Yeah. These are usually the steps that we do. Yeah. And do reach out to us if you really need help, to do this. Yeah, you can reach out to me. You can reach out to our sales team or even our contact page. Yeah. Obviously, the first step is to do an inventory of your application and IT infrastructure. Okay, list the importance and priority because you are not going to have resources to do everything at once. Okay, research the technology landscape. Yeah. Don't start a project like, for example, okay, I'm a proponent of LLM. Yeah. Don't try to do AI the traditional way if the LLM can help you, right? I mean, if LLM can help you, don't try to do it the traditional way, okay? But for LLM, I think I'm not the expert. August is. He will discuss with you, and with understanding the technology landscape and so on, you can then build a roadmap, and then get your budget and start modernizing your company app. Okay, I'm done. Thanks so much, guys, for listening. I hope I don't exceed my time. Radhika, I'm on time, right? Hopefully.
Yes, of course. Yes, of course.
Okay, thank
Thank
you
you
so
so
much.
much, TY.
Yeah. Back to you, Radhika.
Thank you. Thank you so much, TY. Now we have August Chow, Chief Engineer at Taiwan Web Service Corporation. August is instrumental in advancing Taiwan's AI cloud platform, putting them at forefront of global cloud technology. He specializes in AI HPC technology and champions highly reliable, top quality cloud services. His work showcases Taiwan's AI capabilities worldwide and support the country's ongoing technological transformation. August's effort in developing an autonomous AI supercomputer serve as a benchmark for innovation, especially for the developing nations. Let's give a warm welcome to August Chow. Hello, August.
Hi, Rika. Hello, everyone. Hi, I'm August, and today I'm gonna share with you about how we use generative AI to do the predictive task from every data that we have already collected in business, and also we will provide you a solution that you can run your generative AI in your facility. Okay. Okay, from the today's agenda will be covered predictive AI, predictive generative AI. What is predictive generative AI and why we need to use generative AI to do the predictive task for your business, and also how we can do that. And for today, we prepare two use case, including one is return merchandise authorize, authorization prediction, and also the financial stock pricing prediction. That can these two tasks can these two tasks are time series data and data type, and also that can be compiled into a trainable data set for generative AI. So the generative AI, or we call it large language model, have the ability to predict the proper next value for you through a chat interface. And also we will introduce our AFS POS solution. That is a solution that we co-work with ASUS Group. And also, I will share with you about the trial program for using our Taiwan AI Cloud. Okay. The first thing is, large language model keep announcing new architecture and new services in worldwide. So from OpenAI that we know, it just announced a new large language model that it called GPT-4o, that is over 175 billion models. That is a very huge model. And also, after OpenAI announced the latest model, Google also announced Gemini 1.5 Pro model. That means for the last month that we can already see the big company, they have the ability to announce big model and in very short time. So it just very challenging for every business or every enterprise and every business owner that if we want to use the generative AI in our business, they're just tiresome because we don't have the sufficient knowledge to understand all the latest model, and also we don't have the resources to adopt these new technologies. So we just keep watching how the generative AI can do for any kind of successful use case, and after a proper use case is announced, so we can adopt that into our business. But now we don't need to do that. We can just directly run the large language model in our facility. And the model size currently no matter from big tech company or the open source community, they just announcing new large language model. Here you can see we use planet size as a metaphor for large language model size. You can see from GPT-4, that is a very huge model, that is 1.7 1.76 trillion parameters for a large language model. That means for the size of this kind of large language model, you need a very sufficient, you need very big GPU memory for running this kind of model in your facility. So compared to GPT-4, there are also a different kind of large language model, including Google announced here is a Gemini Pro is 180 billion model, and also Google has 1.5 trillion parameters as a big model, and also for the Cloud 3, that is a 2 trillion model. That's for a private model. That's not open source model. For open source community, we also can see there are a bunch of open source model. You can see there's a Mistral model and Llama 3 model here. That means open source model, you can directly download the open source large language model into your computer or into your GPU server, and then you can run the GPUs. You can run the large language model in your GPU server. But unfortunately, that kind of large language model require very latest version of GPU, and also it requires a large amount of GPU memory. So it just bring more. You just need to invest more about the of GPU infrastructure in your business. And this aside of investment, you also need a proper domain expert to help you integrate this large language model into your business. Okay, so that's the current problem. Okay, so no matter that the resources or the experts, here is the problem is there are just too many. There's just too many large language model, and it's very difficult to choose. You can directly adopt the large language model from OpenAI or from AWS, but it's very difficult for you to choose a proper model to fit in your business process. Okay, so you need somebody to consult with you about the proper business model that would be suitable for generative AI tasks and accelerate your business process. Okay, so that's a problem. And for adopting generative AI, you can see from the statistic that we have already collected from market.us, this channel, you can see in the next 10 years, the capital investment for adopting generative AI, it just keep growing. Okay, no matter that is in financial services or a manufacturing market, we can see more than 12 times or 28 times increasing investment in the different industry. So it just keep growing. So the adoption of generative AI actually is still growing, but we need to find out which part of the business process or the scenario in your business case that is very good for using generative AI. Okay, and for most cases that we collect the feedback from our client that they planning to use the generative AI in several scenarios, including use the general ability of chatting to build a chatbot and or to build a knowledge management system, and also several cases like writing or preparing meeting minutes or coding. Some enthusiastic client, they are expecting to use generative AI to do the predictive task, especially for the time series data set that is for such as sales forecasting, okay, and stock market analysis, and also the inventory management, and also customer behavior analysis, and also energy consumption optimization. Okay, that's the feedback and the use case that we collect from our client in Taiwan. Okay, so here you can see in Taiwan, we already have a lot of clients. They are using the generative AI to do several scenarios, and they have a very good experience about using generative AI to do the predictive task. Okay, so today I'm gonna share with you how they think about that. So here is the pain point and the relievers. Okay, for our customer job, they want to utilize the existing data already in your business effectively. Okay, and they just need, currently they need an expert to extract all the data set, all the data features, and preparing proper machine learning models to do the prediction. And also they want the result instantly. So they want to quickly obtain the insights from the data. Okay, but actual pains is in every business they have large and unstructured data. Okay, and also they have a difficulty to understand all the algorithms, especially for the latest large language model. Okay, and also the complexity of engineering in integrating the latest technology to existing systems, that is very difficult. Okay, so today I'm going to show you how we can do that by using leveraging the generative AI, that is a large language model functions that we can do also can do the predictive task. The advantage of leveraging large language models is the flexibility of generative AI, because in generative AI, the large language model really can read different kind of unstructured data, okay, and they can perform different kind of tasks, including summarization. It can summarize the data that they have already read from your provided data, okay, and they can learn from the complex data if you give it a proper prompting or the instructions for them to understand what's the nature of the data you provide by natural language. That meaning you just talk to the large language model, and they will try to learn what's the nature of your provided data. And also they can handle large amount of volume of your data. So here is the takeaway. Large language model can handle unstructured data, and they can handle a large amount of data. Okay, so and also others features will be you don't need technical expertise, because the generative AI integration actually is quite standard. It just adds and it just return to you. You don't need to understand the algorithms. Oh, sorry. And also the response is quite quick. It's just response to you and give you the result. You don't need to wait until the model has been built, or you don't need to wait the proper data set need to move to a proper place to learn or to do the prediction. It just integrate all together. Okay, so that's the advantage of leveraging large language model to do the prediction. So in traditional way that we can see, the first thing you need expertise, you need data scientists to help you go through all the tasks, including you need to explore all the data inside your database, and also you need to do the feature engineering. You need to extract the proper meaning from your data set and use the features in your data set to build a proper model. Okay, and after feature engineering, you need to actually build a model. Then there you are facing several technical choices you need to make. The first thing will be the hyperparameters. Different kind of algorithms or different kind of machine learning models, they have its own hyperparameter that you need to tune. And the hyperparameters setting will significantly affect your accuracy of your applications. So modeling is very important task or stage for building a predictive job. And after that, after your model has been built, you need to deploy to a proper place. That including you need to considering the scaling for the system facing a large amount of data, and also you need to proper handle the data drip. Okay, so that's the traditional way that we build a predictive functions for your business data. And the latest flow that is quite easy. You just compile in your left-hand side here. You just compile your existing data set, your existing data into a trainable data set. It's just human readable. You can see here is the examples: the machine ABC and module XYZ and the power XS and the oil exchange blah blah blah. At the day is years, months, and days, and next maintenance day will be something like that. You just compile all the data already existing in your database and into a trainable data set. And after you have the trainable data set, you just put it into a large language model. Here we use foundation model. We call it Formosa foundation model. That is a local knowledge enhanced foundation model that can help you better understand the local culture and local knowledge. And you can build on top of this foundation model and embed your business logic above this foundation model. And after that, the large language model have the ability to provide you the insight of your questions or of your business data. Okay. So that's the current process. You just compile all your data set into a trainable data set and make him to be trained by using the foundation model. No matter that is local knowledge enhanced or local culture enhanced, or that is open source model. Okay, no matter what kind of foundation model that is. And after that, your large language model will have the ability to predict the data you provide, and it can see, it can give you advice through the chat interface. Okay, so here is a system concept system diagram. It's just from your left-hand side here is just predictive generative AI. That is today's will be focused on this one. And after that, you will have the large language model that will have a better understanding of your business logic. And after that, you will need a much powerful large large language model to help you perform a function call. So the large language model will retrieve the up-to-date information or up-to-date data from other place. That is another function here. So put all the prediction and the up-to-date information all together, and the system will have a better suggestion or better proposition for you and your business. Okay, that's the predictive AI, the whole picture of the adopting predictive generative AI. Okay, so and those functions, no matter that is predictive generative AI, okay, on your left-hand side here, that is the large language model with your business logic. And also, the left-hand side here is a function call ability in the large language model that makes your large language model have the ability to retrieve the up-to-date information. These two functions or ability, we hope these two information to run on premise. These two functions need to run on premises in a on-premises cluster, because these two functions are very critical. They can touch your business logic and they can touch your up-to-date business information. So these two functions need to run in a on-premise cluster. Okay, so that's the most important thing compared to you using the open AI solutions or Azure solutions. You were afraid your business logic and up-to-date information will leak by using the cloud solution of large language model. Okay, so here's the use case. The first one is return merchandise authorization. So the data set will be like this one. Actually, the data is provided by ASUS. Okay, the data is provided by ASUS, and that you can see the data itself is just like it's just a normal data set in your database. Okay, it's just a column-wise data set. In each column, it will labeled such as in here. You can see the A column is module category, the B column is component category, something like that, and for compile these column-wise data set into a trainable data set, you need to transfer or compile this data into a trainable data set. That meaning you need to explain the relationship between each column. You need to explain that by using your normal language, just English, that would be okay. So here you can see, here's the examples. So you can see from the system level here, you can just give it a prompt. The prompt is meaning that's the statement that you want large language model to perform. Okay, so here it say I want you to be I want you to be a data analysis. Okay, each product will have a module category, component category, and sales state. Okay, and you will judge the life cycle of the product based on the category, module category, and component category, and the sales state. Okay, you just specifically instruct the large language model and make him to do the prediction. Okay, and here is the data you need to feed into the large language model. Here is the data that is just in a special format. You can see the module category is something like this. Is using the brace to represent a module category. And here, from the tool that we provide to you, you can directly replace this module category line by line or row by row. Okay, you can just here the tool that will provide to you. You can just replace M6 in this place. Okay, and the answer here, you can see the life cycle of this product is during use. Okay, here, so you can see you just directly compile the existing data, the data existing in your database and into a trainable data set, just like this one. So after this process, by using our provided tools for you, you can have a compile data set that is trainable data set. So after that, you just put this data set into our platform, our services, then the large language model will understand your business logic. Here, I will say that we say this is your business logic, okay? And after the training is complete, you will have your own proprietary model that you actually will have a file called model weight, and you can deploy the model weight on cloud or on your premises. Okay, so here is the result. You can see here. So you can directly interact with your proprietary model. Here you can see the model categories is M6 and the component category is P31, etc. And the model, the large language model, will directly respond to you. Through his estimation, that will be took about 90 months after the sale day, the life cycle of this product. Okay, so here is the example. Okay, so how accurate that process would be. Here is the result. Okay, you see, in this process, you don't need any data scientist, you don't need any engineer. You just use the function that we provide on our website, and you just train your existing data. You just compile your existing data to a trainable data set, and then you will have about 90%, above 90% positive correlation, which means the result is very close to your existing data. Okay, you can see the population of all the samples here, and we do a thorough exam of the data. Okay, so you can see the most data set would be predictive, very accurate. Okay, so this is the result. So here you don't need any data scientist and you don't need any engineer. You just can do the prediction. Okay, so this is the return merchandise authorization. Okay, and the next will be the financial stock price prediction. That is a very easy one because stock price is also a very important time series data set, and that is open data you can retrieve directly from any place, no matter that is from Taiwan or from the States. Okay, here is the exam. We will conduct a thorough explanation by in this use case. Okay, so you can see the stock price will be like this, and you can also use this data set to do several kind of analysis. You can see you need to do the normalization of the stock price, and also you combine different kind of machine learning algorithms, including the neural network algorithms or special flavor of neural net algorithms that we call the STM. Okay, and you need to adjust a proper hyperparameter. Okay, including the optimizer parameter, a dropout parameter, etc. And also need to do the analysis of the accuracy. Okay, that's the old days way. But currently, you don't need to do that. You just compile through this process here. You can see the data we retrieve from S&P 500, and directly compile this data set into a trainable data set. The data amount is actually quite low. You just use 6,000 of entries. Okay, 6,000 entries. You can train a predictive large language model. It just took about $7 in Taiwan AI Cloud. Then you can have a stock price predict model that can do any kind of service that you want. Okay, so the task will conduct by analyzing Apple, Amazon, Nvidia, Microsoft, and Google. Okay, we use Llama 2 7B. That is a small large language model. This is a 7B. Okay, and the process is quite easy. You just compile all these data set and upload this data into our platform. So step one is upload your trained data, and after the training is complete, you can deploy the model to your on-premise that we have a product called AFS appliance. You can directly deploy this model to this appliance, or you can directly deploy this on cloud. Okay, and then you can do the you can perform the interaction with your large language model. Here is the accuracy result. You can see the result just show you is very highly positive. Okay, the correlation of predict data and the actual data is actually very the accuracy is very good. Okay, the correlation is very high. Okay, here is the result for opening price and the closing price. Okay, here is the result for the highest point and lowest point for each day. Okay, so through this thorough examination that we have already proved the generative AI or large language model have the ability to do the prediction task. Okay, and what you need to prepare is a facility or the machines that is able to conduct the service, can run the generative AI inside the facility. Okay, so here is the AFS PaaS solution. This solution is a co-work solution that we co-work with ASUS that provide you not only the hardware part. Here you can see on the bottom here, there's a hardware part, including the different kind of accelerator, different kind of storage. Okay, so including the hardware part and the software part that enables you can train and perform the inference task in your facility. Okay, so this is the AFS PaaS solution. So you can if you have interest, you can use the QR code here and to learn more. Okay, that's the generative AI facility solution. Okay, and AFS PaaS solution, what that can do for you? The first thing is super PaaS compatible. If you're familiar with NVIDIA strategy currently, NVIDIA is promoting his super PaaS, and also in our AFS PaaS solution is a super PaaS compatible, which means you are not only can accept the job from NVIDIA cloud service, but also you can do the cloud service by your own self. You can provide a service to your client. Okay, and also we provide not only the hardware part and software part, we also provide a DC design consulting, and also we have the ability. We are the only team that in Taiwan we can localize the open source large language model to familiar with preferable language and preferable culture. If you needed that kind of service, you also can consult us, and also all the service will be sustainable. Okay, so if you are interested in trying the predictive generative AI functions, here are two programs that I suggest you can apply. The first is trial program. In this program, you can directly access to the Taiwan AI cloud service, no matter that is infrastructure services or open source or proprietary model, open source large language model or proprietary model. You can also use in the function in the Taiwan AI cloud here, and it will issue you a free credit, so you can just apply the project and you can directly use all the resource on cloud. And also for this webinar, we also provide you a special program that we call the predictive generative AI trial program. In this program, we will help you to build a predictive large language model to meet your application's need. Okay, so here is the detail of this predictive generative AI trial program. If you are interested in this program, please use the code here. Use the code here, the QR code here, or visit our website. Okay, we have a very good colleague will help you through all the application process. Okay, and so Here's my my conclusion. Okay, we are welcoming to use the large language model, especially for predicting your business data. And we also provide you not only the cloud solutions that you can directly use all the solutions or service on cloud, but also we can provide you to build up your generative AI facility in your business. Okay, so here's my final slide, and thank you for your participation. I'll just return this to Radhika. Thank you.
Thank you so much, August. Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much. Mm, I, Once again, thank you all for joining us today. And we hope you found this webinar informative and inspiring. Remember, the power of predictive analysis and on-premise GPU can truly transform your business. If you have any further questions or would like more information, please don't hesitate to reach out to us at Accrets. Have a great day. We look forward to see you in our next event. Thank you.
Thank you very much.